So Ian, how are you feeling about your lone vigil that's just about to come up?
I'm quite calm about it actually at the moment. I'm quite looking forward to it. It's not really like me at all. It's been a while. Last time I did one of those was 2004.
Wow. So not nervous whatsoever about that huge, great, empty, dark space?
Thanks. No, I wasn't, no. No, I'm fine. Quite looking forward to it.
Cool.
Really, honest.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
I'm about to go in the barn, and while I'm in the barn, filming what happens to me in the barn, you chaps are going to be in here asking for things to happen to me in the barn. And we're going to keep in contact by radio. I'm going to film what happens, and then we'll compare what you asked to happen and what actually did happen, if anything, to me in the barn afterwards, to see if we can corroborate anything actually did happen or not.
Excellent.
Bit waffly.
No, that's good.
I'm just recording me down there, for as long as I'm down there for.
You let us know if anything happens.
If anything happens, do you want me to let you know? Or
only if it's really,
oh my god.
what if you're hearing on now and again?
Yeah, no, forget that.
Unless you say it afterwards and we talk about it, it's up to you. What do you reckon?
No, I think it'd be good to know.
I mean, if something major happens, if there's a massive bang and whatever, or I get pushed, touched, shoved, anything.
Well, enemy attacks as well, like a few sessions or so.
Yeah, the thing is, I can't call out down there. There's no point me going if anybody's here doing this, do that, bang this, and that. There's no point me doing that because you're meant to be doing that here.
Well, no, we were in there just now. I just pushed the door shut with that long handle quickly. Pushed up the door. Just it banged.
But there's no point me calling out down there because that's not what we're trying to achieve, is it?
No.
I'm just there monitoring the place, aren't I?
You tell me how you feel.
Yeah, just doing my own, this is how I feel, this is what it's a bit, I don't know, you know, that sort of stuff. It's not what we calling out. Because you're doing the calling out, you're asking for what you want to happen, and I don't know what that is. I'm just hopefully reporting back to you if something major does happen, in case that is what you asked for.
Right, you're stalling now, get down there.
No, just trying to make sure we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about it?
I feel alright about it. I'm quite up for this. This is different. I like it. I don't know if that's how I feel once I walk in the door, but at the moment I'm thinking this is quite good. I like this.
I think I could do it, but not at this location because it's that huge, great flat space. I don't know.
Right, this is the experiment for the evening. We're about to send Ian on his own into the barn, over in that direction, and we're going to stay in the warm in here, and we're going to attempt to cause stuff to happen to Ian in the barn by requesting it ourselves in here. And we're going to see what he experiences in the barn later. He's going to film himself, we're going to film us.
Radio.
Off you go.
And camera. And radio.
We'll travel.
I'll radio you to say start filming now. Wish me luck.
Bye.
How talk?
Talk like, yeah. Might have to turn you can turn it up again, yeah, turn on anyone.
Sounds like those chickens.
Sounds like a neck on the grate.
Bye.
So that's not where it's going.
Right, well they're laughing at my expense. Walk down these steps. I'm walking across to the barn, which is over here. And when I get in the barn, we'll see what happens. Who knows? See if they ask for something to happen and it happens to me over here. I'm the guinea pig, I suppose. The sacrifice. But I've got a radio. A torch on my head when I get near there so I can see where I'm walking. Radio. And we'll see what happens. I don't know how long I'm going to be. It's been a while since I've done this on my own. so she put that there to stop it blowing in the wind. Now what I was going to do is just stay around this bit because it's fairly open, because there's a lot of hazards. I don't really want to go tracking around all these bits of equipment and things and falling and damaging myself. So anyway, I'm going to turn this off now. We're going to start the recording again simultaneously with them, so I'm just going to radio them and we'll start and stop. So recording will be back in a moment.
Here we are, ready to start our session in the lecture room, and Ian has made his way over to the barn. He'll be calling up on the radio in a minute to say he's ready to start. Yes, running, and started at 45 seconds on my timer because of the intro we did, just so I know what place we're at.
Oh, well, we should be able to match up the footage quite simply. We'll just do less than a minute out either way, so that'd be fine. Okay. In that case, I am standing here now. I will let you begin. Here we go.
If anyone can hear my voice, we're sat in the lecture room. Ian's gone to the barn. Introduce ourselves in here in case you haven't met us before. My name's Dave. I'm Paddy.
I'm Graham.
And I'm Dean.
And we're here to see if you exist and can show us that you exist here. If you'd like to show yourself or make yourself known to us in this room, that would be nice. However, Ian, having gone to the barn across the way from us, we would like, if possible, you to cause something to happen to Ian that we ask for from you here. Hopefully that's reasonably clear.
Are we going to ask for something like maybe his Chesterfield pot or his R.A. or things like that?
Good, we'll need to be quite specific.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. We're going to try and...
I mean, his left hand,
Or,
left hand, let's say. So
Yeah,
it's-
we all need to think about that.
or with knocks, like 4 knocks in succession, something like that.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, so
if we're
it's-
all thinking about something to do with his body,
Mm.
we all think the same thing.
I think it's no good.
Whether that was like a fourth thing that it did happen.
I think it's no good individually thinking about it, is it?
No,
I
it
think it's
needs
like-
to be a group thought.
I think by probably one of us at a time, it doesn't matter who, has a notion to ask for something, just ask for it out loud.
Okay.
Then we all know what it is. And we can all spend some time thinking about that, and hopefully if anyone can hear us, that can go and see him and actually do that to him, then he can tell us it's actually happening. I think maybe.
Okay.
Don't know if there's anybody in this barn with me right now, but there's some people up in the office building where the stables or the animal pens used to be, and they're going to be trying to communicate with you and ask you things. Can you try and respond to them or pay attention to them? I'm here just to observe for a little while in this barn. If you can make any noises or do anything, let me know you're here. Please do so. I don't mean you any harm. Let's see what happens. Don't know if anybody else is talking up there at this point, but I just remembered I've got my voice recorder on me. So I'm just going to turn that on. Here we go, turning on now. And I will place that over here. from there. That's me shutting the viewfinder window on my camcorder.
Yeah, because there's two sides to this coin, isn't there?
Yeah, are we making it?
Are we doing it or is somebody else doing it?
Yeah, that doesn't bother, does it? We won't
Well,
answer
it's
that question.
interesting,
Yeah.
even if we did it.
Yeah, the power of thought.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah, good experiment.
How about a headache?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, okay.
Should we all concentrate on that then?
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think about it.
And have a location in his head,
Well, it's big enough,
So-
I suppose.
so that he may be able to tell us precisely where it
The
did
front
occur.
of his
Yeah,
head.
four
And his
hang.
forehead.
Okay, yeah.
If anybody can help that happen as well, please.
So some sort of pressure or pain in Ian's forehead as a headache. If you could please help with that, and we'll think about it.
Just decided I don't like that there, so I'm going to move it. I'd like to be able to get out quick if I want to.
Peter?
Yes.
Can I ask something? Could we concentrate? Could we have help to make Ian lose his balance? Is that okay?
We've had a few things happen in this barn before. None of us have ever spent any time in it on our own. We tend not to do things on our own anymore. Mainly because if something happens, it's better to have more than one person's testimony, more than one witness. This is more of an experiment, really, just to see if it chivies things up and something happens. But I'm feeling a bit... I don't like the dark, really, which is odd for a paranormal investigator. That's the only disconcerting thing at the moment.
We've actually got a presence in here right now. Yeah.
Can you say who it is?
No. Not at all. I just suddenly feel like
There's my chair.
there's something close.
I feel like my chest has been restricted in some way, like it's quite difficult breathing. Almost like someone's got their arms around me, kind of squeezing quite tight.
Is that somebody behind me?
Possibly, yeah.
I'm not going to ask anything of you like we normally do when we're here. People up in the other building should be trying to talk to you to ask you to do things or to communicate. I'm here just to observe, just to watch and listen. feel a bit dizzy. Not sure why I feel dizzy. Just a bit lightheaded.
As Ian's quite an emotional person sometimes under these circumstances when we investigate, could somebody pop and see Ian and make him feel sad and like he's going to cry? It's something he's experienced before, but it would be interesting if he experiences it in this half an hour. If anyone who can hear us who's feeling that emotion, get close to Ian over there in the bar. Yeah, I did wonder that.
To start with, I was absolutely sure that's what it was. I dismissed it from my mind, but then it sounded a lot closer. If anyone can hear me who can help with this, I would like to go to the bar and to knock on something twice, really loudly. But I'd like you to do that as soon after I finish speaking as you possibly can. Can you please try and do so now?
If you can hear me, I'd like you to go to the barn and physically touch Ian if you can, either touching his head, his arms or his body. And if someone touches Ian, we run out, won't we?
Probably while it's on his own, yes. I'm not sure it'll get that far in. I think it'll stay in full time, but I think it'll be by the
He's by the door.
way, so big sack or scales. If he's feeling uneasy about it, I suppose he'll stay. Because then he's in there.
Yeah.
But within very easy reach to the door. That, don't worry about tripping over or anything. But if he feels comfortable, I think he'll go further. It's hard to tell, isn't it?
Thought I heard a shuffle over there then. Or was that me just moving my clothing? Did somebody just shuffle? Yes. I've got faint shuffling noises just in front of me.
Shuffling.
Yes, yes.
He'll ask, was that but it's the natural thing to ask, isn't it?
whoever's shuffling around in the barn, can you now touch Ian, please?
A little bit nervous now. Having trouble holding the camcorder straight without shaking, but that's not so much nerves as just my arms aching. So you might see me, on the footage you might hear a little bit of clicks and cracks. That's where I'm swapping the camcorder from arm to arm. That's me moving. Have you heard that? Oh, door's open. Is that me? Is that, do that on its own. I'll shut that. And that doesn't want to swing, does it? Not on its own. On the footage earlier, you might have seen me remove that prop. That doesn't want to swing on its own. And it's not that windy outside. So while I've been facing that way and talking to you, that door's opened on its own. Unless there was a gust of breeze, but I didn't feel one. Somebody open the door?
Yeah, I think that one I saw in there.
I want to try something as well. I think we should pick a shape and then tell him that he needs to think of a shape or a colour and come back and tell us what it is. He has a bit like the envelope thing.
Oh yeah, Ian was pretty good.
He was good at that.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got it right.
Strangely of all of us, actually.
he was actually the best, wasn't he?
Was he over average then?
His envelope
For
right,
our
didn't
group,
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
He did more once than he did.
Well, what do we want to call it? Think of a shape and the colour of that shape.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, that's a good idea.
two variables.
Can we have an unusual shape?
Round, called hexagon,
No, I think keep it simple.
Okay.
It's square, red.
red
Square.
square.
A red square.
Yeah. We don't want to tell him that's what you were thinking of.
No.
So what we're going to ask him to think of.
We need to say think of a colour and a shape.
And shape. So give him the looseness.
Yeah, and then come back and tell us what
And we'll pick
we
something out.
need the person
Okay. Right.
who's in the barn with him to tell him
You don't want to make it too simple though, because it's...
what you don't want to do a red square.
I think red square, most people might say red square.
Yeah, or red triangle. I think.
Yeah,
I think that's 90%.
Yeah, that's, I think, yeah,
That's
that's a bit better, yeah. Yeah.
So the person in the barn who's with Ian, please can you tell him purple square?
Straight to Ian.
I'm not sure how the time's getting on because we've not really monitored it, although I expect you have. We're just going for one slight twist on this experiment, if you're ready.
Explain.
Yeah, we're going to try and link the ESP side of it, which from previous experiments you've been quite good at, to the phenomena that you've reported that may conclude that there is someone with you. So we are going to ask for someone to convey information of a shape and a colour of that shape to you. And if you get that, you can tell us when you come back.
Okay, so you don't want me to radio if I get anything, tell you later, yeah? Okay.
So what was it, a purple?
Square.
Like a square.
I've been thinking of that.
So we always think of it like a square.
Yeah.
See, there's two kind of experiments going on here.
There are, good.
And yeah, we should have done one-on-one, perhaps. Because the ESP is interesting.
Somebody down there? I heard a little creak. Could you make a louder noise for me? Be very grateful if you could.
And my God, if that works,
How many?
who should we go after?
You did do a test of like 25 things and got mostly right. Was it just?
No, we didn't do Zellicott, so
Oh,
we
did
did
you?
that.
Did that 3 or 4 each, didn't we?
Yeah,
We did playing
yeah,
cards, didn't
right,
we?
yeah.
I did, I maybe I've got something well.
Oh, usually those, we did one night around yours, and we did playing cards, didn't we? And to say whether they were picture cards or not, and what colour they were. Do you ever do that one?
Yeah, let's discuss this after the problem squares.
Yeah.
My friends were going to ask you to convey something to me. A shape and a colour. Now I've got a shape and a colour in my head. But I don't know if you've told me that. Or that's my own imagination just suddenly made up a shape and a colour. Shall I stick with what I've got in my head? Or is it something else that you need to tell me? Can you put an impression in my head of a shape and a colour? Getting a bit of a headache now. I don't know if it's because I'm just thinking too much. But for the tape here, before I go and see the others, the shape and the colour came into my head was a red triangle. I'll tell them that when I get back. Let's see if that's what they were thinking of.
Okay,
Right.
you finished?
Yeah.
2,
2,
1,
1.
5.
Yeah.
Oh, God, damn.
It's got to be about 30 minutes, isn't it?
27 minutes.
Just heard a whistle. Was that in here or outside? I can hear Kim. You guys outside?
Yes, yes.
Coming out then. Take the camcorder, voice recorder, switching that off. There's my buttons, can't see. There you go. Off. Well, it's nearly half hour. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, we'll do a debrief on cam when we're done having a short break, that's right.
Far by me, coming out. Well, that was fun. Someone else can have a go at that.
Hello, I'm back. That was fun.
Was it?
It was cold, and yeah, a couple of little things that went on.
Okay.
Nothing major. I had to radio through about the shuffling, so it was quite loud.
Yes.
Apart from that, do you want me to say straight now what happened?
Yes, go on.
Taps, knocks, a few noises that I didn't bother telling you about. Nothing happened to me. No touching, no poking, no prodding or anything like that. Didn't hear anything apart from the odd tap and knocking and shuffling. I did prop the door shut, just on Kim's advice because of it being breezy.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't actually breezy, but I did anyway just to avoid it opening. And then I thought better of that, and part way through I took the proper way. But I made sure the door was shut, filmed it, and it's not windy at all, really. 10 minutes later I'm just filming around, just very quiet, seeing what happens. And I just turn around and the door's wide open. I was open about 2 foot wide open. And it's not breezy. And I shut the door, filmed myself shutting it, watched it, filmed it for a couple of seconds. It's got no swing back at all, and there's no wind. So, but it was on its hinges, it wasn't propped, but it wasn't windy, which is why I asked. That's about it on anything else. Other than that, it was fairly quiet in there. And if you want an answer to your other twist,
Yep.
something popped in my head as you said it.
Okay.
And I thought that was just me, playing games because you said that, it's going to be something like, didn't know if it was my brain working or not.
We had already decided what it was going to be before I called you up because we already discussed it.
Right, okay. Because as you said it, something went bang.
Okay.
Quite boring, but bang.
Yeah.
But I didn't believe that.
Right.
So I actually had a little bit of a calling out thing for a couple of minutes and just said, one of my friends should be giving you a message to convey to me a shape and a colour.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a shape and a colour in my head. Is that my mind playing tricks on me, or have you got something else for me? Nothing else became apparent, and so all I've got is what popped in my head when you said it, which is a red triangle.
Okay.
Which is probably nothing like it.
Just recovering before we reveal what we did cover, you mentioned various knocks and bangs and things which you didn't come back to us on. Was there anything of repetition to any of those, like in series?
No, singular.
Okay.
A couple of faint ones nearer me. I stayed in the door area because it was more open.
Yeah.
Moved around a bit, looking down the barn. And there was a couple nearer by, quite faint. Slightly louder one that appeared to be further away, but they were all singular.
Okay. Who wants to go through what we did?
Say what we said individually or something.
Yeah.
Well, I asked for Ian to lose his balance.
Oh. That's just reminded me of something, and it is on here.
Right.
I got lightheaded.
That's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I asked for you to have a headache.
I said I had a headache and I feel a bit dizzy.
Why don't you just report that?
I forgot about it, but
But
just
you said
Have you got
this
it
to
on
your-
there?
but I said it and it's on here.
When did you experience a headache? When in that half hour?
Can't recall, but I can check it.
Okay. I asked for you to be prodded, someone to come up to you and prod you and touch you, hair, whatever, but you said that
I
didn't happen, so
didn't really feel anything there. No.
it's okay.
And I asked for a double tap, specifically at a very specific time.
Don't.
So, I think it was a radio if you said it. So.
Yeah, there wasn't anything like that. No.
And
Where did you get the headache? I'm not sorry.
go on.
Where did you get the headache?
Where?
Yeah, what part of your head?
We tried to be
We were
specific.
It was a
The fun,
Yeah.
that's what we
That's what I
asked
asked for.
Yeah.
sort of like a heavy sudden, and then it went.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, I didn't go into that much detail on here. I just said I had a little bit of a headache, feel
for.
dizzy.
Just,
Yeah.
But it was sort of around the front. It was like a sudden sort of heaviness. It was like, that was a bit, and then it went.
Okay.
Was the lightheadedness before that or after?
Can't remember. I think I sort of mentioned it at the same time.
You mentioned it all anyway, didn't you?
I mentioned it,
Yeah,
but
that's
I
good.
felt it.
All right.
That's good.
Well, I think I said at least, oh, I feel a bit dizzy or something.
Yeah. And I asked for an experience of an emotion of sadness because
Didn't get that, no.
so it was a bit. Oh, sorry. Yeah, because I know you're prone to that on some occasions on investigations. So
I didn't feel anything
Okay.
emotionally, no.
righto. And it was a purple square.
Oh well,
Perfect. Okay. We nearly had a red square. I was thinking it might be like red square, red triangle, like you said. See, so I didn't want to. Kind
So
of,
we tried to go a little bit out of the box
Yeah.
while still having a simple shape.
Yeah.
So we tried to go a little bit out of the box with the colour.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work. It's worth a try. Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed doing it actually. I wasn't that phased being out there on my own like I thought I would.
Yeah.
After so many years of having done that.
It's interesting about the pillow.
Isn't it?
And the dizziness, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's 2 out of 1.
I'll have a little. Well, it's half hour long. I don't really want to watch through this one.
Don't worry
I
now.
want to get on with something
Yeah.
else.
Well, time to switch over and I'll go and have a play.
Yeah.
Dave's turn now.
Yeah.